This is Ranger Kidwell Ross. We're at APWA 2019 PWX show in Seattle, and we're in the ESRI booth. And as you know, ESRI does not make a street sweeper or power sweeper, but what they do is have information systems that are very effective in, as it says there, asset management of your sweepers and other parts of your fleet. We have with us Christopher Thomas, and he is the Director of Governmental Operations for ESRI, and he's going to talk to us about it.
Yeah, so as you said, we don't make the street sweepers. What ESRI is a largest GIS company in the world. If you're not familiar with GIS, we're the people who are behind the maps and business intelligence that so many organizations use. From a logistics standpoint, companies like FedEx and UPS use us to get those packages delivered overnight and to do the management of their different fleets. Counter to that, we might have large jurisdictions like Iowa Department of Transportation, or say Boston, or even the District of Columbia's applications using everything from snowplow monitoring all the way up to street sweeping. Some of the tools that you would kind of be familiar with or could take advantage of is we do have the ability to route vehicles in real time. So basically, if a phone is in a vehicle, or even a GPS receiver RFID is connected to the vehicle, we can track that so that people can kind of mitigate and put their street sweepers in the right locations. Similarly, we also have a lot of demographic information. So a lot of organizations actually use this to try to figure out where the population is, and based on lifestyles, or where they would want to go out and put their devices and their vehicles. We also collect a lot of field information, so a lot of our organizations are actually collecting information in real time that feeds back into the operations through a series of dashboards. Those dashboards can actually tell you whether your street sweepers are on time, not on time, you need to reallocate somebody. So it's all about knowing where things are, but combining the business intelligence with it so that you can ask a different set of questions. So instead of just going and doing a route, it actually takes in all the other variables that are out there. You can take historic information. I was just having a conversation with somebody. We also offer large amounts of data related to things like when it rains. So all the people who collect information on weather are users of ESRI technology. So you can use somebody like an AccuWeather, or you can use the NOAA's weather stream and know where the likelihood of streets will be raining, so that if you want to look at debris that might be in the streets that you want to make sure doesn't go down the flood channel, it's another data source or data point that you can be able to use. So we do a lot of different things. The way to look at us is that it's maps with intelligence. We do the logistics, we do the routing, we can give you data points that you hadn't considered in a way that kind of operationalizes your stuff and makes it more effective and efficient. And what we oftentimes see is significant savings in time and fuel costs by using our technology.
And is that from the routing part of it? Or
it's from the routing. Some people actually begin to actually change the days of the week, is shifting workloads. So we have load balancing tools that allow you to kind of look at days of the week. We actually can also even bring in traffic information so that you can actually look at when high volumes of traffic would be on the street. We actually can read in Waze information from consumer apps so that you can actually see in real time the traffic patterns that are going on. When you kind of look at the idea of the concept of where and how much it impacts what you do and in your lives, it kind of opens up a different line of thinking, and that's what we're all about as a company, is changing people's viewpoints that location is not an afterthought in a lot of our daily lives. It's where we go to school, it's where we play, it's where we drive, it's all these different things that we kind of take for granted because it becomes second nature. But when you use it as a tool for decision making, you begin to see different patterns emerge that you can't see in a spreadsheet, or doesn't come in a tablet or a cheat sheet of where you've been that day.
Mm-hmm. Very nice. If someone wants to get hold of ESRI, and I assume that that's really the way to go, is get hold of one of your representatives and talk about what your solutions might be for their particular city or DOT or so forth.
Absolutely. A good place to start is our website at ESRI.com. There you'll actually find information on logistics and a lot of the applications that I've talked about. You can kind of peruse the data sets and things that I talked about. You can actually start to download and actually begin to look at and use. We have a lot of tools for our existing customers where if they're a client, these are free applications that they can take a look at and begin to populate within their organizations. And we have a lot of case studies of different organizations that are using technology on that site, so you can take the best practices of others and learn so you don't have to repeat other people's mistakes. So,
Always good practice there.
yeah, exactly.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Christopher. Much obliged.
Thank you.
Okay.